The people would say, Padre, we think you should do this because we need this. And my response to them would be consistently, let's try. Then we could build, again, the term mutual confidence enough so that everything we attempt to do here is built literally on expressed, felt need. You'll find that is a very important phrase in our mission statement. First of all, I am not a missionary. I'm a diocesan priest from a small rural diocese in south central Minnesota. We all knew that we're dealing with people suffering the process of poverty. We attempt to build all our efforts on the church's social teaching or the Christian social doctrine. And so the struggle then is to make this, the doors open to the people to feel free to tell us what we should be doing that they might grow as dignified human beings. Then one day, just before class, the head of our auxiliary teachers in the colegio, in the grade school, a fellow named Ricardo Akpuak, came up and he said, say, Padre, something happened at home today that you're not going to believe. Oh, what's that? He said, my wife Wicha came to me right after breakfast and she said, Ricardo, did you notice anything different about the tortillas this morning? I said, no, you know, Wicha, you always make good tortillas, but today they were better. And she said, yep, they were. And they were because it's the first time we've ever had tortillas made from corn we raised on our own land. And Ricardo stopped, looked at me, and he said, Padre, I know that you're not to believe that, but it is true. And so Marcos came up and speaking for Ricardo and his friend, say, Padre, thanks for your food. Your food is good, thanks. But don't give us your food. Help us buy land so we can raise our own food. There's a grand old fellow named Maximiliano Campa. He followed me with his eyes when I came to the door and he said, hey, Padre, would you give me that blessing you give people who are going to die? And so I started in about the doctors and all this. Again, he waited patiently till it was all done. He said, hey, Padre, that blessing. Okay. So I knelt down next to him so I could anoint his forehead. And in the prayer and anointing, then when I finished, he said, wait, I want to give you a blessing. Oh. So I stayed kneeling. He took his arm out from under the blanket. And he did it normally, but it seemed like a dramatic moment to me. Of course, I was so wow, you know. He put his hand on my head as I knelt there, and he looked at the ceiling, and he said, Father Creator, bless this young man. Teach him to be patient with himself and patient with my people. He left his hand on my head for a moment, took it back, put it back under the blanket, and he said, Padre, you can go now. Well, you can imagine the state I was in. I got up and walked out the door, kind of about halfway back home, and I heard the running feet. It was Jorge. Padre, Padre, your friend Don Max just died. Oh, wow. I'm forever grateful it was night. And it was Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. I'll never forget that moment and that blessing. You see, if we're going to have integral human development, the first thing that has to grow is self-image. Well, your presence is a great asset in building self-image, and for this reason. The people know fully well you've left friends and family, and you've come here. They know you've left the bed you like to sleep in, you sleep where you're put. They know you've left the food you like to eat, and you eat what's put before you, period. And you pay money to do that. That doesn't make a bit of sense at all. Except maybe they wanted to be with us. And if they did, then we can't be that bad.